and welcome to this week's episode of Sugar Dreams here on CakeFlix TV. My name is Bettina and I'm a pastry chef over here in Hamburg, Germany. If you want to learn more about me, just go over to my Facebook site. It's Bettina Schliephake-Burchardt, but I will put it in the comments as well. If you have been with me before, you know my 1, 2, 3 method. You see some of the animals you can do with this method. And today I want to show you something different you can do. It's a little bit mermaid, and you just need to change the parts and then you can do it as well. So you find the material list on my Facebook site and let's get started. I put the mermaid away so I get a little bit more space and bring the camera down. And I hope, yes, this should work. So you need an extra dummy because her tail is going over the edge. Normally I do my figurines in advance, let them dry and then put them on the cake. So I just need a dummy to make her on top of her here and then bring her over to the cake if you need it. You need 250 grams of modeling paste. This is Massaticino and it's colored with sugar flare, ivory and peach. And I mixed 1 teaspoon of CMC gum tragant into it, let it sit overnight so it won't shrink, melt together, just stays in the way I want to have the little mermaid. So just work your paste and then make a roll. You find the cutting scheme on my Facebook site, but I will add the extra way we're doing it today, or where you have to make the changes with the material list as well. So make your roll. As you know, and the cutting is the same. So it's 2 cuts to have 3 equal parts and 1/3 is cut in halves and then quartered, and 1/4 is half as well. So normally we have our body, our head, 2 legs, 2 arms and the rest. Today we have the body and the head going together. The legs will be the head and the arms stay the arms. So we start with the body and the tail, or the whole body is done in one part. So make sure your modeling paste is really smooth and worked, so you don't have any wrinkles or cracks or something. So if you want to share the video, thanks in advance. If you have any comments or answers, just write them down and I will answer them. You start with a ball and make sure it has a really smooth finish. Just put some pressure while working it. So if you have some marks left, make sure they are going on the bottom part. And then we start with the tail, and I put the parts between my palms and lightly pressing it to get the shape. So at the moment it looks really like a large carrot. You might work it as this way as well. So make sure the tail is a little bit longer, more like Barbie legs maybe. So you just get an idea of what we are looking for. So then we go to the thicker part. This will be the main body. So again, with your fingers, work it. So just starting to get more shape. And then on top, work the neck with the thumb, your fingers. Don't make it too long. So here's her breast. And make sure when you look from the side, I know my dolls always have large boobs, but make sure that the back hasn't got them as well. So one side is flat, can you see it? And then I work with the thumb in the middle. So work the breast. Just lightly shape. Don't work too much on it. And make sure that her belly is a little bit more flattened. And then we go to the bottom and then with a knife cut in here so we get the fish tail. Open it up and with the thumb in your finger flatten it. So you decide if it should be a little bit more frilly, or what I would do is I use my foam board and with a toothpick I just put some structure in here. And you can work the edge with the ball tool as well, just like you want your mermaid to look like. And what's really important is that you now take your fingers and make the joint a little bit much thinner, more delicate. So she really has a good silhouette. The camera is too small for her. So here we are. You can see her. Now you have to put her in place. And I will show you just after the ad.
Hi, my name's Paul Bradford, and today I'm going to be taking you through all the different stages to create these fabulous cupcakes, cookies and cake pops. So first up is the cupcakes. So we're going to show you how to bake these lovely, beautiful vanilla sponge cupcakes, and then we're going to finish them in two different styles. We've got the buttercream style, and I'm going to show you how to do the buttercream from scratch, how to add colour, and of course pipe it on top of the cupcake. And then we're going to move on to the sugar paste or fondant, same thing, and we're going to get these beautiful little faces and little decorations on top of the cupcakes. Then we're going to move on to the cookies. So we're going to show you how to bake them from scratch, then how to decorate them with run out royal icing, and then so many little fun ways to decorate them. And then the last thing are these beautiful cake pops. They're so fun, and you can see here we've got the more children's style fun ones, and over here we've got the posh ones for the posh people who want to have some champagne and a wee cheeky bit of cake. So come on, let's get started.
So welcome back to Sugar Dreams, and we're doing a mermaid. If you're just joining in, we just did the body, and we now need to put her on the cake dummy, just in position, and just put her here. I forgot to put the belly button in there. So just put her lightly on the side, and I would bring the tail over here. And then you need a lollipop stick. Put in some glue and make sure your body doesn't get out of shape, and bring the lollipop stick into your dummy. So she still sits straight. Maybe just reopen the belly button. And if you want to have more movement here, you just need to bring some tissues under it and leave it to dry. So if you want to have any movement here, just put it in place, secure it, and then it will stay there. Because we need to color it afterwards, and just put it straight. Hope it stays in place. So here we are. To get the fish structure, I'm using a tip, and I'm just pushing it around the part of the tail. You can make it really accurate and precise, but I like to just go around. So I have the structure everywhere. Even here on her back. And maybe some more. And here we have our base. So try to make her look really elegant. And we can bring the tail here. So you have a good swing in there. After you did the tail, we need to make the arms. So nearly the same. And again, work your modeling paste. It's made from massaticino mixed with 500 grams of massaticino mixed with 1 teaspoon of CMC Gumtragant. And it's colored with sugar flare, ivory, or peach. Then make a ball. And make a carrot shape. And on the smaller part, with your thumb and your finger, flatten for the hand and working the wrist. And now with the X-Acto knife, cut the thumb, cut a small triangle out and cut 3 more times, 4 fingers, 3 cuts. And to work the fingers on the top, just separate them a little bit, and with your fingers try to roll the finger between them. And then go to the small finger, up to the middle, and with your thumbs and your fingers, just press them for the elbow and put the finger under the elbow and over the elbow. So you should get the arm. Just bring the arm up so it looks like a V. If you've seen the picture, I did the cake in advance and I put a little fish in her hand. I will show you how to do the fish as well. So here we are. Make sure the arm is up to the neck and bring the hand there so she can hold little fishy, maybe with a ball to form the hand a little bit. And if the glue, take some glue if the arm won't stay there. Don't need much, just tiny bit. And then we need to do the second arm. Again, knead it well, make a ball, make a carrot shape, press the thinner part with your thumb and the finger, roll the wrist, and then we have the right hand. So again, cut the thumb, cut the triangle, and 3 more cuts. Separate the fingers, round them up. A little bit tricky. And now again, work the wrist. Go to the small finger, up to the middle for the elbow with the fingers press. And then again, work under it and over it. And even if you're doing a straight arm, you still see the elbow. So this is really important to do it. And add some glue. Add the arm. and make sure that her hand goes down there. So she goes like something like this. So we finished the body. Next would be the head. So welcome back here to Sugar Dreams, and we're doing a little mermaid, and we're just beginning with the head. So if you used the 1, 2, 3 method before, we now use for the head the 2 parts of legs, because we did the body part and the head part together for the body and the tail of the mermaid. This way the head is a little bit smaller than usual, but I think for a mermaid it's absolutely okay. Work it there well. Knead it. And then again start with the ball. And then make a little bit more than an egg shape, a little bit smaller on top. So like just like this. Put the head into your hand, and this is the bigger part. Here it gets smaller, and here some way here is the nose. So with my thumb I'm working around the eye part, and then with a knife I don't cut, I just press the blade around. So I have her smiling like this. Just with a tiny bit of glue. Oh, we need to cut it. So just cut it and bring the head onto her body. Just try to work more here. So this should work. Then just take a tiny bit of the rest and just make a hole for the nose and for the ears. Just go from the nose to the side and from the nose to the side. for the nose, I use a tiny bit of modeling paste, make a small teardrop, add some glue, and then put the teardrop in the hole. So the nose should stay in place. And then just a bit more, cut it in 2 equal parts for the ears. Again, 2 teardrops. And add some glue. With a toothpick on the pointed end, and press the ear to the side. So here we have the ears, and then we need some hair. I went for brown. And just make a sausage and make a band, roll it out, not too thin. And then just put some glue around her head, and I start in the back, in the neck, and then I bring one side up, so it's like wrapping a towel around your head after you washed your hair. And it looks like this from the back, and then make sure the hair stays in place, just press it lightly. And cut it off. And I'm now working with carrot shapes, flatten them, giving some structure with toothpick or a knife or a modeling tool, and then put some glue. And just giving a little bit more hair. Here we are. And here we are. And for the back, I made a really longish carrot, flatten it, I think with a knife it's much easier. Put some glue where I cut off the hair. And now start in the middle, press it lightly, and now you can wrap your hair. Sorry. So you get some kind of knot. You can add extra parts, but I would leave it like this. Ooh. So next would be coloring the tail. I mixed light blue with vodka and added a little bit of sparkle. And just go over the tail. Make sure you brush every part, even in the back. And then you can add some silver if you like, or just more glitters, bling, sparkle. Make it more rainbow, like more fantasy. And on top, where the body comes, just bring the color up. But make it, I don't want to have it just straight, so it just goes in there. So to finish her, we just need to make the 2 shells for her breasts. And with white modeling paste, again 1 piece, cut into nearly 2 equal parts. Make a ball. Make a teardrop, and now round them a little bit more up and flatten it. And then with a knife, don't cut from the top, just take your blade and go from the edge to the middle, and you should get the shell. Second one as well. Teardrop, a little bit more rounded, flatten, and with a blade going in there. And then take some glue and put the shells like she's wearing a bra. So here we are. For the little fish, just take some pink or light pink or yellow, whatever you like. And it's again same with as the 1 to 3 method, just smaller parts. Take the amount you want to use. I always go for the ball and look if it fits there. And then cut it 3 equal parts. 1/3 is quartered. And we take the head and the body again, make a ball and make a teardrop shape. Just narrow it just a tiny bit and cut again for the tail, and with the finger flatten it. Then again, with a knife, cut the mouth, and I would use the handle of the brush to just put some marks for the eyes. Enough from the rest. 2 parts. Again, small teardrop, flatten. And with the knife, giving some structure. You see, it's really tiny, 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 but it works. And bring them to the side. Can add some structure to the tail as well. And one, I think it's thin, is it? Yeah. On the back, again with some glue. And you can twist everything around. Give some movement. And then with some glue, bring the fish into her hand. And to finish her off, with some edible paint from Square's Kitchen and a toothpick, just take some color and from the top and then 2 tiny eyes for little fishy. So here we are with our mermaid, and if you need some inspiration for a cake, so this is the cake I did, and you see I just put some sprinkles on here, made some more shells, and with the tips I just round tips, just press them against the fondant, different sizes, small ones, larger ones, and just used just a tiny bit of petal dust, blue one, to give it a little bit of structure. So this is the way I did the mermaid. So I hope you enjoyed it. You see, the 1, 2, 3 method is really, it's really easy to cut it, and if you start thinking what you can change or the proportion change, and you can do different things with it. So just have a try, have a go. You can do the fish larger. Maybe I will do some larger fish as well in the future, and hope you like it. And I hope to see you in 2 weeks. Have a nice time, and bye bye.